Yo, what up? This your boy David Lucas, and you are watching Fishing with David Lucas, and I got my boy Adam Ray. Oh. You want me to put a worm on there?
Dude, I did 3 pre-show and nailed it.
Let me put a worm on there,
Yeah,
dog.
dude, that's why. See, that was the universe being like, you ain't ready.
I'll throw it.
No, I'll throw it. Just send me up with the worm. I am not going to be on a fishing show and not throw my own line. Even those flamingos put their head in the water after I did that.
Those are not flamingos.
What are they?
Swans.
All right, let's edit this out.
Flamingos are pink, bro.
Oh, yeah. Swans. Well, I haven't seen a swan live in a long time. I've seen the movie Black Swan, where the ballet dancers get Me Too'd.
Were there any black people in Black Swan?
Great question.
I've never seen that. That's not like so. I would have to be with a white girl at the time to go see Black Swan.
Black people in Black Swan. Yeah, there was a white guy in White Man Can't Jump.
Mm-hmm. You can't put like black in it and not have a black person. You know what I'm saying?
No, yeah. What other movies have black in it that don't feature black people?
That's a good question. Black Sheep. Is that a movie?
Yeah,
like
with Chris Farley and David Spade.
There's probably a couple of black people in there. I guarantee. There's a couple of them. Let's go, baby. You got it stuck in the tree?
This is not going well.
Let me see.
So the viewers know.
Wow, that ain't coming out.
David and I were seated.
Nah, it won't hit you.
We're seated a couple feet over that way, and my first 3 practice attempts went right into the lake.
Yeah, you caught a tree, bro. You caught the biggest. We'll let it stay. I'll get it at the end.
I caught a pine. Dude, some people want to catch a trout. I got me a cedar.
I don't know if we got no trout out here in Texas.
Really?
Yeah, I think we do on, what's that river system down in San Antonio? I can't think of it right now. It ain't coming. That's gonna come hit you in the face.
It is?
Yeah, it's gonna come right. Oh, so you're gonna do it my way? You gonna do it my way?
Fuck, that shit is. All right, so, I still gonna hold it, or what do I do?
I don't know, man.
Is this a first in the show?
Yeah, this is the first time. Even Roseanne was able to throw a pole.
God damn it.
You let it. I'm scared of you, Adam. Wow. We get in the boat soon. This won't happen. Then we got to redo it with Adam. His part, like there, I don't even have.
I'm still gonna hold on to it.
I don't even have my tackle. Give it some. Press the button. Give it some slap. Oh, let me see. I don't want it to slap you in the middle of the episode.
It's all right. There you go.
Yeah, give it a little. You like caught around an is that an acorn?
It might be.
I don't even have my tackle box to put another. What are acorn trees called? It's called acorn tree? Like, what do acorns come off of?
Well, who eats acorns? That's
squirrels.
Squirrels, that's right.
Yeah, you can still hold it for aesthetic purposes.
All right.
Squirrels do eat acorns.
Yeah, I don't know if squirrels might be the one creature that that interests me, but I would never have as a pet. A friend of mine in high school used to collect squirrels.
Was he weird? Is he a serial killer now?
Yeah, 1000%. It was Jeffrey Dahmer. Let me finish my sentence. No, his name was Greg Seidlinger, which sounds like a squirrel kid. And he would tell us, he was like, yeah, I found 6 more squirrels last week. And his folks were cool with him, like bringing them inside, and like they would show up. It was the same way my sister would do this with stray cats, where she'd leave food out front and they would just show up. Squirrels, they're pretty intelligent.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd hire them to work at your company, but they definitely are schemy.
Yeah.
And I think they're always just like fucking, you know, they're just, I don't know if they're freebasing something or just snorting Ritalin.
That's funny. They do have like, that's why you call a person that's acting impulsive or very neurotic.
Are you neurotic?
Sometimes.
You're pretty chill.
For the most part.
Everyone's got that other side though, right?
Yeah, like at home.
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah, I be choking women. No, I'm just playing.
In video games, maybe.
Yeah.
What kind of gets you? I mean, obviously, like the ups and downs of the business take a toll on people. But is there something that, you know, gets your gears grinded to where you're like, I got to go to the lake and watch a Jewish guy throw a fishing line to a tree?
When I get off airplanes, I have to relax. Like everything, like
everything about traveling and flying.
Yeah, bro. I see why. Like I understand why famous people get private jets now, man. Because it's like, even with pre-check and clear, give us some slack.
Yeah, that's what I was doing. I'm just gonna hold on to it. I'm done.
Even with pre-check and clear, dude, going through the lines, like I just want to go and get on a plane. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I just want that private jet life, bro. It's just.
It does look easier. I've done the jet thing a handful of times. Not having to go through security is huge. Also, not having to watch people that are getting on and off the plane huff and puff. I had a woman, literally, I was sitting next to him first class on the way to Austin. You know, I fly enough, able to get the upgrade. Sometimes I just fucking drop the money because I'm like, It's 6 hours, and the travel is the work. The shows is that's all fun and gravy, and I don't want to, be uncomfortable. Also, at certain points, the seats are just not fit for a human body. So you're like, you're getting off, and you're like, now I got a fucking Dr. Pimple Popper growth on the back of my neck, and like you can't sleep on any plane already. But this woman, I'm getting up to go to the bathroom, and she goes. I look over and I stand above her, first of all. She's got headphones in, she's playing Tetris. And I just kind of stand above her for like a good 30 seconds before she just looks up and goes, and I go, sorry, I gotta go pee. And she goes, ugh. A grown woman, probably in her 50s. Gets up, goes, Jesus Christ, as I walk by. This is her now. Fuck you, bitch. Good to see you again. Yeah, you thought you could jet ski by me and not, all right, oh yeah. I meant to throw it in the tree. Yeah, man, I don't know. I've had so many plane discrepancies in the last probably 2 months.
Yeah. What airline you normally fly with?
I try to fuck with Delta a lot.
Yeah, me too.
They go pretty much everywhere. Southwest is always a gamble because...
I can't do a plane without a TV. I gotta have that TV.
Bro, Southwest sometimes, they're like, we got peanuts and camaraderie. And you're like, what? And then like no TV. I don't mind if the flight attendant wants to get a little musical theater on me and fuck around with the announcements. But man, C group, sometimes I've talked about this too on stage, like when I forget to check in and I get into the C group, which is like the bottom, it's just people that you forgot we have. Like you go to Walmart anywhere in the Midwest past like 12, 15 a.m. and you see a guy and you're like, oh yeah, I forgot we have that type of guy. Roaming the earth. And that's what C group is. It's all these people that just like, they're just wearing sweats and they got mayonnaise on their fucking shoes, and they're just like, it's just a different, every airline has their own clientele of people. There used to be a time when people really
yeah, I think Delta's like the upper echelon.
Say it again?
Delta. Like
it just sounds better.
Yeah. Delta.
Southwest, I don't know, it's also the color scheme matters. Virgin America used to be the shit. You ever fly them?
Hawaii, did Hawaii or Alaska buy them?
Alaska. It's like a nightclub in the sky.
Yeah, they were like the first people to have ambient lighting in planes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Stewardesses that were
music.
OnlyFans models. They have music. They're always blasting the wallflowers when you walk on. Yeah. And some guy would be like, "You want to buy some Coke?" And you're like, "No thanks, Captain. Just get us to Boston, baby."
Your Instagram stories are so funny when you fly. Because you take pictures of people and then compare them to people that we know.
Yeah, man, it's celebrity plane sightings.
I be laughing my ass off.
I appreciate it.
I be laughing my ass off.
Some people bust my balls sometimes with that. I've made a couple homies through that. I've had fans be in front of me boarding the plane, turn around and go, "Hey, if you're gonna post about me, just don't say I look like a fat Prince Harry," is what one guy said to me. And only one guy, when he walked by, you check out my Instagram, I basically, will take pictures of people, whether that's legal or not, but I'm not being malicious about it.
Right.
Sometimes people will be like, "Do you have consent to do this?" I'm like, "No, but it's also a goof, dude." I'm never posting a picture being like, "Look at this stinky twat."
Right.
It's always like the principal from the fucking this movie, or I said this one guy looked like Tilda Swinton if she's, if she was like, the leader of a ska band that opened for Save Ferris in like 1990, like dumb shit.
People are so sensitive,
dude, so sensitive. There was a kid from my high school, he actually commented on Facebook and he goes, I've been talking to him about 15 years, he goes, "Dude, Adam, this is some bullshit. I've been a fan of you for years. Obviously, you're my dude." It's like we haven't spoken in 18 years. He goes, "But you're punching down, man. You're better than this." And
I don't even know what that means.
Punching down mean like you're these people are not consenting to their pictures being taken or being a part of your bit. And I go, "Graham, with all due respect, First of all, nice to hear from you. What has it been? Almost 20 years? Nice to reconnect publicly through Facebook. And I go, if you know anything about me and my comedy, you know that, I got no malicious bone in my body. It's all for a goof. I'm not being like personal.
Right.
It's like creative, silly things, saying this person looks like there's one guy, he had like a goatee and he was bald and he had really sharp razor eyes and he had like this bright sequence jacket. And I said, this guy was Lance Armstrong's hypnotist brother, Trance Armstrong.
That's funny.
Right? Yeah, and stupid. So he's like, you're punching down. So I go, Graham, good to hear from you. Comedy subjective. Next time you want to maybe shout your opinions like this, send me a private DM and we can hash things out.
Right.
Best of luck. Some kid from our high school named Kyle Borsich comments below that and goes, Graham, if you like Adam's comedy, you should know he's just having a goof, taking the piss out of people.
Yeah.
It's all in good fun. By the way, you used to bully me in middle school. And he was like, so you want to talk about punching down? He's like, you treated me like shit in 7th grade and I'll never forget it. Graham comments on that, ha ha ha. Hey man, that was back in the day. I'm a different person now. Beer's on me next time. And this kid Kyle comments in all caps, no thanks. And then I liked his comment and was like, yeah, dude.
Wow.
You can't be putting people on blast publicly like that because someone is always going to jump into the thread and defend your honor.
Yeah. You grew up in Seattle, right?
Seattle, baby. Couldn't you not tell by the way I cast my fucking line into the tree?
They fish a lot up there. Salmon up there.
Tons of salmon.
Yeah. I'm gonna go. I'm in Washington soon. I'm gonna go fishing.
When are you gonna be up there? I try to go up there every 4 or 5 months.
Really?
Yeah, sometimes even more
What
frequently.
is it? 2 hours from LA?
2.5 maybe.
2.5.
It's a easy trip and it's gorgeous, dude. But the outdoor activities in Washington are incredible. The fishing.
I'm up there October 12th through the 14th, something like that.
I'll be in Vegas, but you're gonna have a great time. Let me know if you need some recommendations.
Yeah,
some good seafood spots.
just hookers.
What's that?
Just women.
Just hookers? Some hookers that are into salmon?
Some of that depressed vagina y'all got up there in that rainy ass climate.
Oh, you're not kidding, man. I was in a long distance relationship with a girl up there and I was in LA and she was up there and I didn't realize the impact that the weather actually has on your mood.
Yeah.
I mean, she'd be just like looking out the window, pouring rain. We're on FaceTime and I'm just like, oh my God. She's like, yeah, I'm fucking bummed out up here. I'm like at the beach being like, I'll see you in a couple weeks. She's like, yeah, maybe. Or maybe I won't be here. Maybe I'll be fucking FaceTiming me and I'll be sucking some other guy's dick because I don't know what to do. And I'm like, yeah, this is not gonna end well.
Oh my God.
It ended fine. I've been cheated on once.
How was it?
For him, probably awesome. She
No,
was
I'm saying
gorgeous.
for you.
Oh, it was rough.
How long were y'all together?
2 years.
Did you want to kill her?
No, I actually felt bad because she was so depressed. She was in Reno. She was a news reporter.
Oh
And,
yeah, I'd be depressed in Reno too, bro.
Fuck yeah, dude. And this guy was such a creep. I remember when I shook his hand, I was 25.
You met him?
Oh yeah. Not after he fucked her.
Oh, before?
Yeah.
Was he one of her newscaster buddies?
He was a camera guy. So I was like, did he shoot his stories in your face? And she was like, why would you say that? I was like, I'm having a tough time processing this. He was 30, she was 24. And he, I remember just the way I shook his hand, he was the only dude that was like around her age. Everybody else there was like in their 40s and 50s. They were like, seasoned news vets.
Right.
So I'm shaking his hand and just the way I shook his hand, I was like, you're gonna fuck her. Just knew, you know what I'm saying? You're just like, you have this schemy, deviant, his face was just like, good to meet you. You don't live here, do you? Perfect. Yeah, man.
Damn.
But I don't know, I don't think anyone should have to get cheated on, but it definitely, man,
It builds character.
it does. It's one of those things, especially as a comedian, I'm sure you can attest to this. It's like, we get conditioned to, turning tragedy into not just comedy, but just finding the bright side of life.
Absolutely.
And so things like that, you build up a thick skin and character and you just go, all right, well, I don't want to allow myself to be bummed out for too long. And not that I look at everything as like material.
Right.
I wasn't in a place, I just started, that's actually when I started stand up right after that. So we split and then it was like, oh, I have no excuse to not jump in fully now. Because I was kind of going to visit her in Reno and in New York at the time and then, and kind of 1 foot in, 1 foot out with stand up
How's
for
she
about
doing
3
now?
years. I think she's married with a kid.
Nice.
I hit her up to come to a show when I was in San Fran last time I was out there. And she hit me up like a month later and was like, sorry, just now seeing this. And I was like, oof, message received. A month later.
Bro,
just got
yes.
your text. I was like, yeah, all right.
I get it.
I get it, yeah. And by the way, no desire to be friends with the exes. Cordial for sure. You know, wish them well and all that.
I don't really mess with my exes. Except I got 2 baby mamas, so I mean I have to. But,
you have to, yeah.
Yeah, but nah. I don't really mess with my exes, bro. You ever cheated? You ever been a cheater?
Oh man.
Because you look innocent. You can get away with it.
No, I'd say college definitely.
That don't count. That's not like real relationship.
Yeah.
We shouldn't even
That was tough, man. I mean, yeah, it was. But by the way, I for sure think she was cheating too. There was just a couple suspect things. We were in different. College is about 2 hours away in California, and
Where'd you go to college?
at USC.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice. Sports or no?
Acting school.
Oh, wow. Look at.
And that cost money to go there.
Professionally
I got financial aid. I got single mom of some grants with the school. Just basically was like, it felt bad. They were like, oh, you don't have a dad? All right, here's an extra $50,000.
You a Jewish guy and you were raised by a single mom?
Yep.
That's like the Drake story, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Damn. You like white Drake?
Thank you.
Damn.
Finally.
That's dope.
I just saw Drake, by the way. Unbelievable.
When, Monday?
I know, in Los Angeles a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Incredible, dude. Yeah. One of those shows that I was like, oh, I don't know if I would have gone to this if my wife wasn't so adamant about going to see him. And he was fucking incredible.
How was 21 Savage?
Okay.
Just okay?
Yeah. I don't know. Drake was just so powerful. So it was like, it was good.
Where did he perform at in LA?
The Crypto Arena. Formerly Schaub.
How many people fit there?
20-some thousand, 21 maybe, 25.
Man, I just be thinking about that check.
Oh, yeah. That's crazy.
That's like probably a 7-figure night.
Oh, and he did 3 nights there. He did 2 at SoFi, the football stadium first, and then 3 at the Crypto. Knowing that LA, just knowing that you can fill that, you know? I mean, when you're at that level, your reps probably just come to you and they're like, I mean, it's like what Matt Rife is dealing with now. It's like they go, here's what you can make, right? Do you want to do it? And then it's like, how do you say no to that? Right. Especially when you're speaking in terms of like Matt, when you're young and you got energy, even though you're still a human being, it's still taxing.
Yeah, Matt Rife got so many dates, bro.
Bro, sold out. I'm doing a few with him at the end of September.
Nice, where at?
NorCal and then SoCal.
Nice.
But great dude, man. So nice, so funny.
And he wants to learn.
Man, he just, I don't know. The proof's in the pudding, man. You can't, and I'm not even going to get into the people that want to shit on stuff to make themselves feel better, but it's they'll
never be successful anyway.
No, exactly. Anyone's rise to stardom, whether it feels quick or it was quick, is always going to be met with.
But Matt Rife's my age, and he's been doing comedy since he was like 16.
Oh, 1,000%. I met him when he first got to LA. I think he was 16 or 17.
Yeah. And
I remember he was telling me, he was like crashing on couches, and I was like, you should get a day job. And he was like, nah, I just want to do comedy. I was like, not for money, just, because he was like, I think living off whatever he had and then saving money by crashing on couches. I was like, just for experience, man.
Right,
I was like, if you're just hanging out and doing stand-up, like you're this young, like even if you get a job at a grocery store, like, and then he came on my podcast and about last night, which Dave's been on and crushed it. Check it out. He goes, yeah, I remember you told me that. He goes, get a job at a grocery store. He goes, so I went to a grocery store and basically just the woman hired me based off of being like, you seem sweet, like you're good looking, like older women will dig that. And he just hired him on the spot.
Wow.
And then he booked something, I want to say Wild 'N Out or something, and he couldn't do it. But he was like, yeah, and I was like, I hope I didn't come off preachy. I wasn't telling you, I was like, but that feels like good advice where I'm like, you just want to live a life worth writing about, right?
Yeah.
If you're just hanging out, you can tell the comedians that are just like searching for things to be silly about. But hey, man, people want to watch somebody, not that has been through stuff, but like that can connect. And it's like, if you can even say, I had this job for whatever, like way more people are going to at least be able to be engaged for.
That's why we feel like some comics lose it when they get rich, because it's like relativity. Your life is not the same anymore. And they normally, and not that they don't want to, but like when you become like uber famous, like Joe Rogan, he still does a lot of regular people stuff, you know what I'm saying? But when you become that famous, it's almost impossible for you to just like go to Burger King or Chick-fil-A
Yeah, man.
It's gonna cause a ruckus. Hey, yo, what up? This your boy David Lucas, and I'm trying to tell you how to make your money work smarter and not harder, man. You be a fool if you want to and let this offer pass up, but my bookie is taking care of you, man. As a bettor, you do demand perfection, and my bookie delivers. NFL, college football, and a brand new cash out system give you options to bet and win all season long. First 2 legs of your parlay hit, cash out early and place another bet or let it ride for a chance at a bigger payday. Don't that sound good? A bigger payday? Ain't that why you work overtime? Do it. Join the MyBookie family for an entire season filled with daily odds boosts, same game parlays, and super contests. This season, MyBookie has a no strings attached cash bonus that lets you deposit and withdraw quick. Use promo code David Lucas on a deposit of $50 or more, and you can receive up to $200 in cash instantly to your MyBookie account. Bet your deposit amount once, and you're ready to withdraw at any time. Again, that's promo code David Lucas to claim your cash deposit bonus. You can bet anything, anytime, anywhere, only with MyBookie. Make sure you go out and get it, bro. Come on, man. I use MyBookie myself. Do that shit. Promo code David Lucas.
Have you experienced, at least the fans, coming up to you in places that maybe feel like out of the ordinary, but.
Yeah, the airport is the worst.
Yeah. Why? Because you're just, tired, or you want to get to where you're going?
It depends. Like, if I'm trying to get to my plane, you get stopped, and then it's like, all right, let's take the picture quick before somebody else. Like, let's do it quick. Like,
right.
You know what I'm saying? So let's do this fast. And I'm like, man, I don't really got time to have I would love to, but it's like to have a 10-minute conversation with you, bro.
That early too, it's like, fuck. I've had people approach me when I'm just, and it used to be sometimes early. I got on a plane once and Sebastian Maniscalco was on it, and I was wearing sunglasses because it was 6 a.m. and I had gotten so baked the night before. My eyes were so cashed and I just looked terrible. I was like, I don't want to be on this. I don't want to make eye contact with anybody, right. Or maybe run into somebody. And so I'm wearing the sunglasses and I walk on, and Sebastian looks up and sees that it's me, and he just goes, "Get the fuck out of here." He goes, "Sunglasses on the plane?" He goes, I was like, hilarious. Man, my eyes are really cast. And he was like,
he's in another stratosphere now.
Bro, yeah. Arenas for days.
Movie, just dropped that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't he in The Irishman, the Scorsese movie?
Yeah. Him and Bert dropped the movie around the same time.
Who would you want to be in a movie with, director-wise, or even actor-wise?
Denzel.
I was just gonna say Denzel, and that's not because I was like, I bet another black guy, right? But I looked over there for a second, Dave, and I saw you, and I think I told you this before. You've got a really powerful subtlety to you, right? Yeah. When you're still and you're just like, there's just a lot going on.
Right.
You can just in acting, it's one of the first things they teach you is just like being small with stuff, especially right. For the camera. I came from musical theater in high school where I was just like, put your leg in the ocean and fucking, put on a condom and fuck her, just whatever the show was. And then you get on camera stuff and they're just like, dude, fucking, you don't want to see
exactly. Yeah.
You just want to it's all got to be in the eyes and you're more powerful that way, but you got that naturally. And Denzel, so I feel like you'd be a good straight man for Denzel, almost like the Spade to the Farley, because Denzel's always just, just so. Okay,
all right. Yeah.
Right.
What do we have here, huh? Huh? You want to go to jail? You want to go home, huh?
Bro,
Jake.
You could play Denzel's brother, or you could play his
grandson.
Grandson. That yeah, dude, I'd watch the fuck out of that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Even just a scene of you and Denzel here at one point, just where he's just like, so what are you trying to do? And you just I don't know, man, get that fishing.
He's so mystique because he don't have a Instagram or anything, do he?
I don't think so. Some guys like that are just.
You don't know much about him.
Also, he didn't come up in that era. I don't think it's even
old school.
You saw Jennifer Aniston just got on Instagram 3 years ago, and she.
Yeah, Louis
some of
these
people
got on last year.
What's that?
Louis C.K. just got on last year.
Yeah, there's value in that for comedians because you're just self-promo, and even for an actor. But maybe Denzel's just I'm fucking Denzel.
Right.
People are gonna go see what if they, there'll be enough commercials, enough ad money spent. But yeah, who knows what more it would do? I'm sure there's been people in his team that's like, dude, get an account, we'll run it, post a couple videos from set.
Right.
Like, and who knows? I mean, you know, he'd get millions of followers in a day. I mean, when Will Smith joined Instagram.
He hired a whole team, bro.
Yeah, and he was fucking, I mean, he was posting some cool shit. Even Jason Derulo is, you know, maxed it out over on TikTok now, and it's like got a whole new following, you know?
Yeah, Jason, does Jason Derulo still make music?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I met that guy doing, we had him on the podcast actually, went to his house, and I'd met him doing this.
He got a huge house.
Huge. And it was in this little neighborhood where there were like 3 houses, and we couldn't tell which one was his. And then we looked into one house, and there were all these albums and like records in the lobby, and I was like, all right, if this isn't his house, his neighbor's obsessed with him. Because it was like, because it was all Jason Derulo shit.
Did you meet his cousin, Movie?
That sounds familiar.
Yeah.
He might have been there. He had a lot of people hanging out. We did it in the studio. And he had a session going on, and Brad Williams and I waited in kind of like the green room for about an hour, and then went in and fucked around. It's a really good episode, man. That guy, I mean, he was like, you know, he said he was on a banana diet while he was like barking and trying to sing on subways in New York and get people to like buy his albums. I was like, dude, straight bananas, that's how you look like you? He's like, I mean, pretty much that's all I ate. I was like, God damn. He's like, oh, he said that and Top Ramen.
Yeah.
Or a couple noodles. And I was like, dude, you missed out big time by not hitting up couple noodles and coming out with like Jason Derulo's, you know what I'm saying?
Jason Derulo's. That's hilarious, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that'd be a good thing for him, man.
What would be your go-to your David Lucas snack? If anyone came to you and was like, all right, we're going to throw your name and do a specific...
The flavor?
I don't know if it's even a flavor. Like what sort of snack or beverage or...
I want a chip. A chip.
Is that your go-to?
And a sparkling water.
Nice.
And call the water hella hydrated.
Hella hydrated?
Yeah.
I fuck with that. It took a minute for me to absorb, but I was like, yeah, give me a hella hydrated. That's flow off the tongue.
Maybe
Sparkling
like
or still?
Yeah, maybe with some liquor in it, tequila.
Oh yeah.
I want to do
water with a little bit of
yeah, like a flavored water with a little bit of tequila. Kind of like a what's some of the things?
Seltzers?
Yeah, like a seltzer.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be dope as hell with tequila. Though.
A real light tequila water seltzer, hella hydrated. I'd fuck with it.
Yeah, and then we put a little electrolytes in there so you drink and stay hydrated at the same.
Wow.
I might need to cut that out in case somebody steal it. In case somebody steal it, you gonna steal it.
No,
you Jewish. You Jewish. You gonna steal it.
Are Jews known for stealing business ideas?
I don't know, man. I ain't talking about Jews, man. Too many people gotta apologize.
Yeah, we'll leave that to Hans Kim.
Right. I ain't saying nothing about no Jewish people. My Jews are doing me right.
Mm-hmm. Oh my God. Great album title. My Jews are doing me right.
That's my next. So I'm shooting my first special soon.
Yeah,
that's gonna be my third special.
What are you gonna call this one? Do you know?
Uncancelable.
Cool.
Or it's either uncancelable or freedom of speech.
I mean, uncancelable is definitely doesn't roll off the tongue. I do like it.
Can't be canceled, maybe.
Can't be canceled.
That's better.
Freedom of speech is good. Yeah.
Can't be.
I hear what you're saying. So that's that's the idea, though. Yeah.
Because there's some jokes in there.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I mean, cancel me.
Oh, play off of that Leonardo DiCaprio movie, Cancel Me If You Can.
Okay.
Cancel Me If You Can.
Wait, it's Catch Me If You Can.
Yeah, but we play off of that.
Oh my God.
Cancel
Me If You Can. Bro, I mean, that's funny. Yeah, and Photoshop you on that poster.
Yeah,
Leo's body.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So you got some jokes in there where you're like,
yeah, I know that.
so you're to where like they'd pull a Schultz, and if like Netflix picked it up, you'd be like, they'd probably ask me to take these out.
I don't know, man. I feel like the world's getting a little more lenient because I just watched Shane's special. You know what I'm saying? But as far as material goes, because like, all right, you know what I'm saying? Like you look at it logistically, like I get a special on Netflix. You know, I can make my kids executive producers.
Oh wow, yeah.
They can eat off that for the rest of their life. So like, but I would want to like give the world like the raw me before I would have to like, you know, take some stuff out to put it on Netflix.
Yep.
So at least give them like 2 for the free ski. Unless Netflix just come and be like, hey, then it's like, all right, well, let's talk, man. I got children. It's bigger than me. You know what I'm saying?
How much are you thinking about trying to set them up? Like, is everything you do?
I don't want them to have to work. I want that to be an option. I mean, when they both graduate high school, they should have 6 figures, and this can go to college, whatever you want.
Damn.
But
you wouldn't give them an amount of money and say this is college or whatever you want.
No, no, not at all. It'll be like incremental.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you want to go to college, and we'll pay it all right here. You know what I'm saying? But you better finish.
Yeah.
But if you don't want to go to college, this is what you have, and I'll break this up over the next few years to give you a head start at life. You don't got to move out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like 18 is too young to force somebody out. Like,
it's so crazy that people do.
I was just insane, bro. I moved to LA when I was 19.
Yeah.
I was just insane. You know, like it.
But you needed to get out.
I needed to get out. I needed to get away from my mom. You know what I'm saying? I became a man in LA. You know what I'm saying? That's where I like grew up. Took the train. I was terrified of LA when I first got there. I was a country boy that moved to the big city, didn't know nobody. Yeah, it was eye opening.
Who was the first person you met in LA that made you comfy to be there? Or was there one experience or like one spot? Not just a comedy club, but like.
All right, so I got into LA because I rode with some people to Dallas, and then their tour got canceled in LA. My cousins were rappers, and then I took a bus the rest of the way from Dallas to LA, and I think that was like 2.5, 3 days. And I got to
a 3-day bus trip?
2 or 3 days. Bro,
did you get to know the rest of the bus people?
Yes, it was
You're
crazy.
all in it to win it together.
Yeah, it was crazy, man. Like, I remember...
Made some friends?
Yeah. I remember one. Not that I still have them as friends.
Of course.
But
that's a journey that
I had everybody on the bus laughing.
Cool.
Yeah. I had everybody on the bus laughing.
Remember what you did or said that might have...
Well, I remember at one point... Oh, wow. Fish is on? What? We actually got bit.
I'm trying to rub it in right now that you got your line in the water still. Oh yeah, look at those guys.
We got a little fish. We got a little fish.
Let's go.
Let's go, baby.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Fuck.
You really scared of the fish?
I mean, I don't know what's it got on its mouth.
The hook. Little brim.
Bro, get out of here. Did you throw it back or what are you gonna do?
You wanna put it in your pocket?
Oh, I'm all set.
Like Squirrel Boy?
Dude, how often do you catch a fish?
Out here, this is the first one.
Let's go.
Hold it.
Nah, I'm good, man.
Look at that, y'all.
Yeah, look at that.
We really be catching. Adam Ray could have caught that fish, but his damn hook is 20 feet high.
You know what though? I would have, I don't know if I would have caught it. I think that was God being like, you know, you seem like a decent guy. I know you fucked up. I'm gonna reward you guys. First fish you've caught on this show?
Not on, well, in this new location.
All right.
So we had to come to a little, very Texas.
Oh, they're not gonna wave back. Wow.
America.
Wow.
America, that's
wow. Wow. I'm not gonna wave back. Not here. Oh my God.
I wanna meet him so bad, bro.
Trump?
Yeah, that's my dog.
Is it really?
I love him, bro.
Wow, what do you love about him?
He don't give a damn.
Sure.
And neither side can control him because he got his own paper.
Well,
and he speaks his mind, bro. Like, when did we not want a president that speaks their mind?
Yeah, but sometimes isn't it better to not, but the mind,
That's fake.
Is that a mind that needs to be speaking?
Why not? Like, what,
I mean, I don't know.
What's the harm in it?
Well, I mean, that's a
Women
big
always
question.
say, just say what you're thinking.
1,000%.
You know, and
1,000%.
And now we got a president that speaks his mind and nobody likes it. It's crazy.
But I think there's a certain level of intelligence that should come with someone that is running a country.
You don't think he's smart?
You fucking kidding me?
Bro, he gotta be smart.
No way, dude.
What, he get $1 million from his daddy and turn it to $1 billion?
Dude, the guy is so in debt. He's lied about and inflated so much of his earnings.
That is good.
He's also a shady. There's a difference between being smart and being shady. Do you know what I'm saying?
Ain't nothing wrong with being shady. Let me
I
find
don't know
out.
about that. Would you, if you found out your team was like, you know, setting you up with gigs, but like taking, like asking, like doing what Elvis's manager did, would he ask for more and then take that extra?
Manager?
Elvis. His manager would like get these gigs, ask for this amount of money, and it looked good to Elvis, but he was actually asking for more, and then he would take that extra. So if you found out your guys were doing that, would you say that's smart or shady?
It's smart for them, but it's shady as hell.
Exactly. It's shady. I mean, like there's different versions of it.
That's slim shady.
I mean, I don't know. There are aspects to. I mean, look, before Trump was president, yeah, dude, I fucked with him. I was like, yeah, this guy's such a caricature of a person.
So you you a Bernie Sanders supporter?
No, I'm not even really. I mean, dude, I don't even. You know, I voted for Biden, but like, I struggle to support. It's like they all suck, dude. I thought Obama was the first one for a hot minute that really I felt like gave a fuck, or at least wanted to try to get some stuff done that control what he can control. Because I think there's obviously a lot of people in the government that are making it tough for anything to get done.
Right.
But he just struck me as a guy that.
Do you think America...
Again, like the same way that you were saying, how could I tell that you were funny after 60 seconds of watching you? You could tell with the way Obama spoke that this guy was like intelligent, but also like had the best interest of people, and that matters. I guess what I would struggle with sometimes with Trump, where I was like, you care too much about yourself and not the people, and that's which is fine, but your job is to be looking out for the people. So that's where it kind of got in my way. But I don't know. I don't know, man. Life is too short. There's too much shit to get mad about. Mm-hmm. And I try to give people benefit of the doubt. I even try to, I mean, dude, in a weird way, when certain things would happen with Trump in the last 8 years, I'd have a weird amount of empathy where I'm like, maybe he was beat as a kid. Maybe he was like fucking, I mean, his dad was a piece of shit, but it's like people that start to act in a certain way as an adult, like it comes from something, man. I mean, we're comics because of whatever trauma we.
We're like, I don't care how. In order to be a comedian, like you just said, you came from some level of trauma.
1,000%.
Because what do you draw from?
Yeah, and why do you need to? You know, it's super fun to be on stage, but I can't imagine that was the original driving force to doing it.
Right.
It's and not that I haven't been to therapy, but I don't know if it's a like. Oh, I need the validation of like, a parent or whatever. For me, I know I was a real big kid growing up, and so I would get teased a lot. And once I started to make friends laugh, they were like, "Oh, you're the funny kid and not the fat kid," and that's all it was. That was game over. I was like, "Oh, cool. You actually see me as a person, like with something, and not only am I making myself feel good by making you laugh, I'm making you feel good." So it was like a double.
So the
whammy.
people you grew up with, did they know you were going to be a comedian?
I think most of them say that, yeah. Not until a certain age. Let's say like 6th grade.
A lot of my friends, like now, said they knew I was going to be a comic.
What would you do? Were you like
I was a class clown, bro. I was always roasting.
One-liners? Always roasting?
Yeah.
Even at that age, isn't that crazy?
Always roasting, dog.
Wait, so do you have teachers or friends out of the woodwork that see you like roasting Joe Rogan? Oh wait, no, you haven't done that. On that one episode I just saw, some clip, somebody said, you got to hit Joe, and you're like, no, that's my dad. What'd you say? That's my dad.
That's dad, man.
Yeah, dude. Good move, by the way.
He's helped me out too much.
It's also just like, there's value in being like, guess what? I'm sure he's got thick skin and he knows the game, but also why fuck around and find out? Like,
I don't know if Rogan likes to be talked about.
You're probably not wrong, man. I mean, look, it's why you see on those Comedy Central roasts, some people just don't
respond back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it is a challenge to actually take the piss out of yourself.
Yeah.
I think in the right setting. You see on the podcast when there's a group of guys on and they're all busting balls.
Yeah.
That feels more appropriate. But even that, I think people are always treading lightly. But yeah, dude, why bite the hand that feeds you, right?
I I didn't know you were a roaster. until you came prepared that one time. I was like, oh, this motherfucker got roast jokes.
I mean, dude, I actually need to credit Dave on giving me on giving it to me so hard at
no homo. Say no homo.
No homo, so people don't isolate
giving
that audio.
Giving it to you so hard. Pause.
I got a whole bit about the no homo thing, because these guys kept coming up to me for a picture. I was like, man, guys can't comfortably compliment each other without thinking there's some homoerotic connotations. These guys would come on and go, dude, Adam Ray, dude, funny show, man. Can I get a picture? I mean, I ain't trying to suck your dick or nothing. I'm like, dude, nothing about a photo made me think you blowing me in public was going to be the next movie. Who are you taking pictures with? And
that's funny.
And there is something about that moment, though, that was so like, you know, because again, I do a decent amount of crowd work in my headline sets, and I'm real good. I've gotten really comfy, I should say, at being able to handle anything. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's like a drunk person or somebody that I'm talking to that just, this happens sometimes, I'm sure you felt it, where they had a moment where they just were not the best version of themselves, where the person is sober and I ask a question and they think I'm coming at them, so they're not listening, so they're like, well, I'm gonna go on the defense. So then they'll throw something back like, well, maybe if you be funny, and you're like, yeah, dude, you're misreading what I'm trying to do. I'm not coming at you. If you know anything about me and my crowd work, I'm trying to build a moment, gather info, and then whatever. I'm not coming out of the gate like, look at your dumb fucking hat. Did you get it at the gay guy store? You know, it's like, I'm trying to figure out who you are. I'm taking interest in you as a person. That's how I like to do it. If I can connect with you, the whole room is going to connect.
Right. How long you been headlining?
Since 2013, so 10 years now.
I've been headlining about 1.5 years, and
no, it shows. But it, but 1.5 years, dude, that is, that's just getting going.
Yeah, you always learning.
Always learning, dude.
Always, bro.
It's crazy to think that, like, even in 2 years from now, you're gonna be like, wow, I can't believe I was at 1.5 years in feeling, because, and look, you always gotta be like feeling yourself a little bit. You always gotta take from every set, man. Yeah. We have to be delusional to even be doing this. So it's like, and the amount of confidence to even get up there to think you can do it. But it's like, you do, like you said at one point, got to humble yourself. And for me, I'm always like, somebody gets off stage and I'm like, how was it? And they're like, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, all right, well, what was good? Fucking look at both. Don't just go, I killed or didn't kill. And it's not like take a good and bad, but take something that you felt like you achieved or accomplished in that set. Like you didn't bail on a new bit, or you stayed in the pocket on a piece of, on a riff, or you, and then maybe, the bad was, I lost my cool with a crowd work moment or something, and you want to fix on that. But wait, I wanted to say something. What was I talking about there for a minute?
Damn.
Fuck. We were on one. There's something I wanted to say about class clown. What were we talking about? I was building up this.
Oh, you roasted.
Oh, the roasted, yeah.
Giving it to me hard.
Giving it to
I gave it to you hard.
Yeah. So I came out, for those people who know, it's online. And I got so many comments after this, people being like, dude, I came to the show because I love your crowd work and you fucking ate shit. David Lucas fucking tore you a new one. I got too baked for that because I was nervous. Because the Kill Tony show was so, that's why it's crazy to be such a piece of it now in a cool way to where like the fans of really, I think.
They look forward to you coming on.
Yeah, which is really cool, man. And I love the show so much. I've always been a fan, but it was one of those things where I was like, I don't want to meet my heroes. Right. I wanted to be a fan. But when Tony, we'd start at the store and I love him, and he was like, come be a guest. And I was like, I would love to. But then I was nervous as fuck because I was like, my idea was like, oh, you got to roast the comics that are coming on, which now I find is like a small piece of it, And then he was like, we got a guy, David Lucas. I was like, oh yeah, I've met him a few times. I really like him. Because I had met you a couple times and just got a good vibe from you. Yeah. So he's like, he's gonna come out and he's gonna come out. There's a part of a thing now where he roasts the judges or the guest comics. Right. And I just got too baked and I wasn't prepared. And I honestly thought I could because I was like, I do crowd work. I'll be able to riff with this kid. And bro, you annihilated me. And I was so baked that I was like, I don't trust myself at all to have a comeback. So I think I would rather just sit here and take it, we'll edit this out, and versus trying to come up with something that was not gonna be my best. And people were like, what the fuck? And I went home that night to my wife and was visibly distraught. I didn't cry, fuck you, piece of shit. I was so like mad at myself for like not being prepared, but also not for getting high, for like being a waste of space is how I felt on that show. I was like, I didn't have anything. And I took it personal, man. And I was like, and I was like, fuck. And so I was like, if I get to go back on, and then, COVID, and then you guys moved down to Austin, and then we had that one at the Vulcan. And I think I just got more comfortable in my own skin too.
Right.
A few years go by, you just, you improve hopefully on stage, but off stage too. And I just felt a little more secure in going, oh, I can do roast jokes and not feel like I'm being a dick about it, you know?
Yeah.
And it's got to come out of love. And I think the more I got to know you too, and really had became from fan to friend, it was like, that made me more comfortable to even do it, because I'm like, now I know he's not going to know that it's all in good fun. I need that,
Right. Yeah. I totally get that.
And so then, man. But I remember that it was me and Joe DeRosa, and then Dave comes up, and I was like, I can't go at Dave first. He's got to open the floodgates. And Joe DeRosa said something to you, I think, and then you hit Joe with the fucking Jimmy Neutron or the Jay Leno fucking Down syndrome, whatever it was, both crushed. And then I had to get Joe's back, and then I was like, all right, now I'm coming in. And I must have, wrote a shit ton. And a buddy of mine, Ryan, helped me scribe a few of those as well. And then it was just about memorizing them and then knowing when to fire them off. You can't just go boom, 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 right?
Roasting is pace. It's like jazz, timing. You say something, you come back with a rebuttal. Thank you. You had one. What was it?
Foodie and the Bloated Fish?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
So
and that was it, yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's the timing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you can't just, if you fire when it wasn't when there was no fire at you, then people are like, yeah, it's a dance, man. There's a musicality to it.
Yeah, it's so crazy.
And there's some of those best moments with you and Tony that are just unreal. I mean, there's a few that I watched from a few years ago at the Vulcan that were like on another level, dude. It was like you got every joke was something that had never been heard, but the timing, like you said, and the pace was so beautiful to watch,
Yeah, man. It's nah.
How many fish could you get in a day to make yourself feel like you could turn this into like a real hobby?
Oh, I do fish.
Yeah, but how many could you pull in a day, do you think?
On a boat, a good day is 15 to 30. I'm happy.
15 to 30 fish?
Yeah, depending on the size.
Will you cook any up?
Nah, not really.
Throw them back in,
yeah.
Always.
I know we got the writer's strike, but you got anything coming up you can talk about? Do people know you play Vince McMahon?
They hopefully, man. I don't know. That was, first time he's ever been portrayed on TV. That was definitely one of the coolest things I think I've ever done.
You did that. Nate Jackson was on that show, right?
Nate Jackson played Junkyard Dog. Nate Jackson's hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Met The Rock through Instagram.
Oh wow.
Auditioned for the show. He.
How many auditions?
Just one. Did it over just sending a tape, because it was. COVID had this was in June.
Right.
And I went out to Chappelle's camp at Yellow Springs, and I'm out there and I get The Rock and I had been sending a few messages on Instagram after he followed me, and I was like, I got to put up more content, right? When COVID hit, I was like, I just got to be more active. I got to control what I can control, whether it's dumb videos or jokes or whatever, just because there's, it was truly that initial period of like, when's the next time we're going to perform? When's the next time I could get an acting opportunity? I got to start to, look within and get creative here. So even just a dumb thing where Gwyneth Paltrow came out with her vagina candles. And so I was like, oh, who could be the dude equivalent that should start doing the ball scented candles? So I had my buddy Photoshop a picture of The Rock like sitting on like a scented candle that said like, what was the fucking, it's on my Instagram if you just like search it, but it was, anyway, I tagged him in it, which I had never really done. I just was never thinking of like that he's on there, that he would see it. And all of a sudden I start getting all these texts of like, dude, how do you know The Rock? And I'm like, everybody knows The Rock. What are you talking about? And I look on the thing and he had commented on it. It was like, big fan, man, keep it up, like following all your shit. And then we started messaging, and then I got the audition and I hit him up and I was like, I don't know if this is from you, but the show looks awesome. It's about his life, and appreciate the opportunity if it is. And then I drop my number in there, and then I get a text when I'm in Yellow Springs. It says, hey, it's DJ. in parentheses, The Rock, let me know when you can get on the phone. And at this point, I talked about it on podcasts because I gave him my number and I didn't hear from him for like 3 months. So I went on, podcasts and David Spade's Lights Out show and all this shit. And I'm making a bit about how The Rock is ghosting me. So I get this text and I'm like, oh, it's one of my friends who's fucking with me. So I didn't even respond. And then I get a call and a voicemail and I am baked. I'm there at fucking Chappelle's old thing and Common's there and Tiffany Haddish and my boy Jaleel White and we're just ripping blunts with Dave. And I get outside, his missed call unknown, and I listen to voicemail and it's The Rock being like, hey motherfucker, you wanna fucking pick up the phone? And I was like, oh shit. Hilarious. So I call him back the next morning and he just goes, give me your best Vince McMahon. And I go, you're fired. And then he was like, congrats, you got the job. And then we talked for about 2 hours and it was unbelievable. I mean, I almost convinced him to do a podcast with me after that phone call because, man, we talked from everything from being raised by a single mom to fucking sports to comedy to wrestling to crowd work to, single life to marriage. I mean, it was, we covered it all. And I mean, I felt like I knew him for 30 years after that. It was insane. And then to actually be a part of like that story and like really learn from not only Dwayne, but like the guys that were with him and helped write the show and produce it. And some of the stories they gave me really helped to shape my my portrayal, because, the show is a comedy and the Vince character was, we didn't get into the stuff where I'm in the ring, which would have been awesome. I probably would have had to take steroids, but it was fucking cool, man. And just to learn more about his whole story. Right. Because, there's just so much to absorb. So to actually have a reason to like do a deep dive on stuff and the amount of stuff I read and listened to really help. And the stories that were shared with me, even like before a scene, I'd ask, one of the producers or showrunners or writers, like, would he blah, 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 would he do this? Would he do, and he would tell me all these things and he'd say this like this, or he would do this. And he kind of, would tell Dwayne, like, this is how it's going to be. And then when Dwayne's dad, like, double booked himself behind Vince's back, like, I'm like, we kind of let that go? Or he's like, no, he was a man of his word. So that shit, that was kind of the end for it. So, you want to get certain things to help your choices as far as like what the attitude of the person is. Right. I'm big on that when it's any acting job. I'm like, what's a person's attitude in a lot of these instances, because a lot of these scenes are charged by, obviously like the words on the page, but you're like, what type of a person were they at that point in their life while this was going on too,
That's dope as fuck, man.
But it was cool, man. Are you a big wrestling fan?
Used to be.
Yeah.
Not so much anymore.
Yeah, no, everything gets a little less cool when you get older. Toys R Us, I remember going into Toys R Us as an adult.
Depressing.
With my nieces. I wasn't by myself. And depressing. I was like, this feels like a 7-Eleven.
Right.
As a kid, you're like, this is the Grand Canyon. By the way, their mascot, creepy as fuck. Jeffrey the giraffe.
Yeah, weird.
Those commercials. It was like, I don't want to grow up because I'm a Toys R Us kid. Man, there's a million stuff that I can play with, from trucks and trains to video games. There's a million toys. There is. I don't want to grow up because if I did, I wouldn't be a Toys R Us kid because you can't be a Toys R Us adult. It's a great song. Google it. Sing it at karaoke. And so at the end of the commercial, this giant Muppet giraffe is skipping hand in hand out of the store with like 9 kids. And they've all got toys. And you're like, and nobody says shit. Everyone's just like, see you, Jeffrey. And he's like, yeah, well, you won't see these kids again. I mean, it's like, dude, it was, looking back, you're like, dude, whoever wrote this campaign was definitely a kidnapper. Anyway, a lot of fun, Dave.
Thanks, man. Dude. Thanks for coming, Adam, right?
First time caller, long time listener.
We caught one fish today, y'all.
That's a big deal.
Yeah.
And I don't know how we're getting my line down, but there was a reason it got caught up there.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll pull down a couple acorns, a couple loose squirrels.
For Squirrel Boy.
Yeah, maybe.
Where's he at?
What's that? Oh, Greg? Great question. That's a reason that Facebook exists, is to track down people from your past.
Look him up on Facebook, yeah.
I'll look him up. We'll put up, if there's a picture of him holding like or like, I don't know, either dressed in a squirrel onesie for Halloween or like he's got like a dead squirrel behind him, we'll post his Instagram.
Let's do it, man. Yeah. Yo, Adam Ray, what you got coming up?
So I just dropped a special on my YouTube channel, Adam Ray Live from Portland. There's a Dr. Phil, Bill Burr special I did at the Comedy Store where I played Dr. Phil and interviewed Bill Burr for about an hour and a half at the Main Room store in LA. And then I'm shooting another special at Comedy on State in Madison, Wisconsin. And that'll be out over Thanksgiving. So check that out. Got a couple movies coming out on Amazon, but you'll see those coming. And then the podcast about last night. Found on Sandra Bullock, Bert Kreischer, David Lucas, YouTube, Spotify, iTunes. Check it out.
All right, y'all.
Thanks, brother. Cool.